Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button, hit the like, all of that good stuff. Anyway, UFC 251 has just got that much better. Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal has been agreed for Kamaru Usman's welterweight title. Of course, originally it was supposed to be Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns, which in itself was a great fight, but Gilbert Burns pulled out. The UFC needed a replacement, and the one and only Street Jesus, Jorge Masvidal, saves the day. He's agreed to fight Kamaru Usman for the welterweight title. What a fight, man. What a fight. This fight has been building for some time now. Both guys have gone back and forth. There's been a couple of altercations. Stylistically, these guys are, different type of fighters. And it's really going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. Now, I've got to be honest, going into this fight, I'm going to give you my honest opinion on who I think is going to win. I mean, if I go by my heart, I would pick Jorge Masvidal. But if I use my head, I would say Kamaru Usman. Jorge Masvidal is taking this fight on very short notice. I believe it's like 7 days notice, something like that. Very short notice, no real proper training camp. I really think he's up against it. I think you need a proper training camp for somebody as good as Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman, to me, arguably is a more versatile fighter. He's a very good striker, he's a good wrestler, he's a strong guy, durable, tough. Kamaru Usman really is a good fighter, and he's improved in recent years. Just a well-rounded, versatile fighter. And honestly, I think he's more versatile than Jorge Masvidal. Masvidal, he is a dynamic striker, as we've seen in the past, even recently, knocking out the likes of Darren Till. He knocked out Ben Askren very early on with that famous knee. So Masvidal, not only is he a good striker, he's a very creative striker, and he's very dynamic, so he's going to be a threat. But the longer this fight goes on, I have to say, I think this one favours Kamaru Usman, just because he's been training weeks on end, he's been doing the rounds in sparring. Can we say Masvidal has done the same thing? I'm not entirely sure. I personally think if Masvidal is to win this fight, he needs to do it quite early on in the first 2 rounds. I think if it goes beyond that, it really plays into Kamaru Usman's hands. But it's a great fight, like I said. 2 contrasting styles, 2 contrasting personalities. There's been a bit of beef. Just a really, really good fight. And UFC 251 right now is looking absolutely stacked. Great main event in Usman versus Masvidal. You've got Petr Yan versus Jose Aldo. That's a really interesting fight in itself. And of course you have Alex Volkanovski versus Max Holloway as well, which is a rematch, but still a good fight. So UFC 251 is looking absolutely stacked. And as a boxing fan, although I'm going to enjoy this card, I really am. I'm really going to enjoy it. I still wish boxing would take the UFC's lead and provide us with top fights during this lockdown, coronavirus pandemic. Because right now, we are now getting boxing back, but we're really getting the dregs of the sport, high-level prospects or world champions, basically in stay-busy fights against yo-yos. That's what we're seeing right now. Whereas the UFC, as you can see, they're getting top fights. So as a boxing fan, I look at MMA with a bit of jealousy, to be honest. Now, I do like MMA, but ultimately I'm a casual. Boxing is my sport. I'm a hardcore boxing fan, but I still enjoy UFC and MMA. So looking forward to this card. Just hope boxing can really start following suit soon. Anyway, share your thoughts below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Who have you guys got in the main event? I know my boy Johnny Boy, he's going to be picking Jorge Masvidal. I personally believe Usman wins this fight, to be honest. But share your thoughts below. Peace.